3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Hey, Lance, the Texans preseason game, their one preseason game, Damian Pierce looked great. Okay. Could he win that job? Okay, not start necessarily. Will he have more carries than Marlon Mack this year?
Yeah, I would, from a carry projection standpoint, when you look at the three, Rex Burkhead, Marlon Mack, and Damian Pierce, I think if I had to break that out, I'm looking at about 44% of the carries probably going to Damian Pierce, 40 to 44, and then I would say, somewhere below, probably 44, probably about 38 for Mack, and then, the rest of it going to Rex Burkhead, who we know is a capable backup. I mean, he's capable of being a three-down player. The bottom line is they got to be more decisive running the football. And I think Rex Burkhead gives you some of that. Damian Pierce in game one, and certainly me watching him and writing him up in college football, that was one of the strengths, is that when he went, and he was going to come with some desire and attitude and competitiveness. And I think right now Marlon Mack is still struggling to find that a little bit. So no matter who the starter is, I think when the carry total is finally, when we finally have the final number here, I think we're going to see 160 plus carries for Damian Pierce, which will be a good rookie year for him. I think he's going to be looking at anywhere from 9 to 10 carries a game.
Well, this plays into your whole running back theory anyway, doesn't it? I mean, you can get a running back later. Don't waste a high pick on a running back. And look, this is a fourth rounder. The question is, I mean, you scouted him, you looked at him, you evaluated him. Why didn't Florida give him the ball more?
Yeah, I can't answer that one. From what I was told, they really liked the guy who was ahead of him. But when you watched it, he was more productive than the guy ahead of him. He scored touchdowns at an incredible rate last year, whether it was catching a football or running a football. He runs with tremendous power after contact. He's decisive. Sometimes it's just one of those things where guys just, a coach just likes another player. I don't know if there was anything from a personality standpoint where Dan Mullen didn't really get into Damian Pierce. All I know is that the Texans have a physical, talented running back who doesn't have much tread off the tires. So he's clearly a guy who has, he's carried the ball for 4 different years at Florida, but not a ton, and not a ton of production as well from a yardage standpoint, but plenty of touchdowns last year.
Well, I can tell you, I've got plenty of production with Coors Light. I can tell you that right here and right now, and I want you to have that production as well. What I need you to do is go to the store, pick up a six-pack, just pick up a six-pack, pick up a 12-pack, pick up a case. Make sure when people come over, you got those Blue Mountains sitting in your refrigerator, and you can be a hospitable host. The people will love you. You'll have more friends. You'll have more people that enjoy your company. If you want friends, if you want to also keep Texas chill, there's one way to do it. That's Coors Light, baby. Cold, clean, crisp, refreshing. Coors Light. On the other side of the ball, Lance, we didn't see him that much, but we saw Jalen Reagor. And Jalen Reagor has won himself a job. He's won himself over with the coaching staff. Maybe he could have played better in the first series, but he certainly had a really nice second series, including a tackle for loss. Jalen Reagor is a guy. What do you expect out of a rookie in Lovey's defense where the safety is asked to do so much?
I expect a lot. I expect Jalen to, be a 3-interception guy this year. I would expect him to be on a couple forced fumbles and fumbles recovered. And I expect the tackle count to be a little high for what we're used to seeing from safeties. I think it's twofold. Number one, that's how he plays. Jalen Reagor loves being around the action. He rushes into the action. He is looking to get his nose dirty when he plays. And number two, because of just what you said, Lovie Smith has a defense designed where he can utilize Jalen Reagor in that way. So I think it's a good combination of scheme meets player that wants to play in that type of scheme. So I'm actually expecting real production from Jalen Reagor. As you mentioned, there's going to be ups and downs. You can see it in college. There's going to be mistakes made, but he's extremely competitive. He's got good football instincts, and no one's going to work harder than him. He is renowned for being an awesome leader at Baylor. And I think when it comes to getting in the film room and looking to correct the mistakes he makes, that's something you can expect to see from him. You may not hear about it a lot, but if anyone asks Lovie Smith about that, I guarantee you he'll rave about that midseason.
Yeah. The work ethic, the intelligence. He and Jonathan Owens, they're raving about Jonathan Owens and his intelligence back here and being able to do different things and move around as well. This may be a pretty darn good safety combination.
Right. No, I think that Jonathan Owens, the guy who really hasn't had an opportunity so far in the league. And when he has up to this point, he's made the most of it. I don't know if he's a long-term guy, but there's been lots of players who you don't expect to be long-term players who all of a sudden, and a lot of times it isn't the safety position because you don't have to be the fastest player at safety. You can have certain physical deficiencies, but if you make plays, and Lovie Smith, when you look at his defense, it's had safeties who have been playmakers as well. So, or that's certainly what he looks for. So Jonathan Owens, if he can fit into that role, you could have a situation where you find your safeties for the next couple of years. Petrie's going to be one of them, but this is a big opportunity for Owens.
It's football time in Houston, baby, and I'm ready to play.